Good day. Hello, welcome everyone. Now, welcome to our topic in Unit 1, which is the Music Theory Review. Uh, I understand these symbols are already familiar with you. These have been um, repeatedly learned from elementary and then high school. So now let's just revisit a few symbols, and then I'll focus on the parts which needs more elaboration. So here, there's already quite a clear explanation on how these symbols works. Now, so like the staff, there's 5 lines, and then within the lines you have spaces. So each line and space have a specific pitch name assigned to it standardly, and then bar line. So you can also read about the bar lines, what they are and their purpose, as well as topic number 3 is the clefs. So for our class, we'll be focusing on the 2 clefs only, although there are many kinds of clefs. But for um, practicality purposes, now within our class, we'll just be dealing with the G clef and the bass clef. So I'll just introduce them to you so you can read it. And now let's focus on our time signature. Na? So it's the timing of music to be used all over the entire playing of a piece of music. So I just presented here 3 types of time signature. The time signature having number 4 as the lower number, time signature having number 2 as the lower number, and then the one with 8 as the lower number. No, so they have meaning. No? It is not just simply saying that if it's a 2/4 there are 2 counts, if it's a 3/4 there are 3 counts per measure, and if it's a 4/4 there are 4 counts per measure. Of course, all of them here that you see, if you will be looking at the top number, for sure they would give you the idea of how many beats per bar of music there are in your piece. But as to what kind of note is our basis for our 1 count will be dictated by the lower number. Okay, so we have upper numbers. So say for example, we will use the 2 for time signature. Okay, so the upper number tells us na to tell the total number of beats per measure. Okay, so muna siya iyang purpose. It will give you that idea. While the lower number will tell you the kind of note that is equal to 1 beat. Okay, 1 beat, of which in this situation, all the time signatures having the lower number na 4 would mean that man. No? So it means that tanang time signature having number 4 as the lower number would mean that your note, which is the quarter note, is equal to 1 count. Muna ipasabot niya, ana. No? So, whether it's 3/4 or 4/4, or 5 4, no, 2 4 3 4 4 4, it will always be true that quarter note is our basis for one count, no? So therefore, kay mo man atong basis for one count, it would follow that this will be equal to 4. Why? Because inside your whole note, kung ato siyang i-factor out, inside your whole note are how many quarter note? Pila? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of them. And each one of them is one count. So that's why the whole note will be equal to 4 counts. And same also with what will happen to our, this one, na? To our half note will also be equal to 2 because inside our half note are 2 quarter notes. Yes? And of course, kani, this is only 1 because it only have 1. And moving farther, so this is only how much? It's only 1/2 because this is only half of the quarter, since each quarter note is made up of 2 8 notes. Yeah, inside it are 2 of this, so that's why its value is only 1/2 because 2 halves na joined together is equal to 1. Now, so just like maths, so when you have 2 2, it's automatically just the same as 1. Yeah, very nice. So that's what happened to our notes when we see a time signature having the lower number, which is 4 counts. No? So automatically, the values that you know, the note values that you know, is proven here, no? Which works for this time signature. Okay. Oh, by the way, before I move to the next time signature, so what would happen now if we'll be looking at the time signature and what does it mean? So say for example, here's your, okay, pasensya na sa atong line. Okay, it's art. Okay, so say for example, we are in the, just in that stuff with just the G clef, you don't see any sharp or flat there, so just after that you just see this. So it would mean that for every bar of music, so this is the first bar, this is the second bar, this is the third bar, the notes that will be placed here will be around 2 counts only, no? So regardless of what combination are there, as long as it will not exceed 2 counts, otherwise it's no longer in 2/4. So the composer who created that music, created a composition, must fit notes here which are amounting to 2 counts only, no? So not more than that, no? And not lesser than that. Say for example, the note will be something like this one, yeah, and this one. Yeah, and then here let's try, okay, just that one. And then here, let's say I'll put a rest, 1 count rest, and I like the notes to be like this. Okay, so is it in 2/4? Okay, checking. So just like in maths, you can do a checking of the solution. 1 plus 1 equals 2. This is already 2, so it's checked. 2, this is 1 count rest, so you include counting the rest. So because this quarter rest is having a value of 1 count, so even if it's not sounded, it will still occupy 1 count. So this is 1, and this is 1/2 for this 1/8 note, and another 8 note 1/2, which means that altogether there are 2 counts. So check. So that's what is that's the function of the time signature. Next, so if this will be changed into other time signatures like the 3/4 or 4/4, then it follows that inside each inside each bar will contain also a total value of the notes, which is represented by the top number. So if the top is 3, there will only be 3 bits, 3 counts in all the measures, in each measure. And if it's 4 on top, then there will be 4 counts in each measure. Okay. Now, so we're moving to a new time signature. So our new time signature is say for example, sige, dili na punta sa time signature having number 2 as the lower number. So say for example, our time signature is 3, 2. So the same like what we did earlier, the 3 would tell us the number of beats. No? Number of beats in each bar. Now this one will tell us the kind of note that receives the beat. No? The kind of note that is having a beat of 1 count. So the note, no? The note that is equal to 1 count. So in this situation, it will be the half note that is going to have a 1 count. No? Sa time signature having number 2 as the lower number. So what do you think is the difference between the time signature having number 4 as the lower number? No? What do you think happened? No? So in the time signature having 2, 4, 3, 4, like that, 4, 4, no? Anything with number 4 as the lower number, this is equal to 4. This is equal to 2. This is equal to 1. This is equal to 1/2, and I've already explained this one. And this is equal also to 1/4. Okay. Now, suddenly we're here in the time signature with number 2 as the lower number. Okay. Number 2 as the lower number, and this is what happened. This became the 1. So, what will happen to the others? Okay, what would happen to the others? Okay, let's just analyze the difference between this one with the lower number 4 and this one with the lower number 2. So there's a big difference. Is it an increase or a decrease? Huh? So here the quarter is just 1, and now here from originally it was 2 counts, now it became 1. Now it became 1 only. So it means that all the values are being divided into 2. No? So let's try. That will be our solution to quickly memorize. No? With what would be the count for the other notes, for each note. No? So we'll just shift from our originally memorized for a long time values that we know that it's like that, but then suddenly here now we have a situation that we have to forget about what we have memorized for a long time, because when we face a new time signature everything will be changed. So let's just think that when the lower number is 2, everything, all the values we've known and we have memorized from the original one with the lower number 4 in time signature will be divided by 2 or will be halved. So this one now, from 4 it will only become 2, and this one from 1 it will only become 1/2, and this one will become 1/4, and this will become 1/8. Now, to check the reason why, we are going to factor out again. And when we factor out, like when we separate or when we try to dissect each note as to what is inside in each note in terms of uh, what we did earlier. No? So, let's do this. So, the whole note is only 2 because in each whole note, it is composed of 2 pieces of half note. And in this time signature with lower number 2, each half note is only treated as 1 count. That's why it is 2 counts. Okay. Now, when we are in the half note, this is only 1 because inside of the half note is no other note. It's just alone. So that's why it's 1 count. It's a standalone note. Now, why is our quarter note equal to 1/2? It's only 1/2 because inside of each half note are two quarter notes, of which in this time signature it will now only be treated as 1/2 count, because the half note alone is just considered as 1 count. So each of this will just have half count. So that explains why this is 1/2. Okay, now when we go to the eighth note, of course, in the eighth note it will only be 1/4 because inside na inside of each quarter note are 2 eighth notes. And knowing that in this time signature, the quarter note is only having a value of 1/2, so half the value of 1/2 is 1/4. Yeah? And then, to prove this 1/8 here, it is because in each eighth note, there are there are two 16th notes, and half of the 8th note is half of the value of the 8th note, which is 1/4, is 1/8. Okay, so that is now the story behind your 3/2. So whenever you see a piece having lower number 2, you have to shift thinking about the values of each note. It is now going to be changed. Na? So, okay. So we're gonna move on to something new. So like another time signature having the lower number 8. Okay. So say for example, something like this. Now, the same as usual, the upper number will tell us the total number of bits per measure. So there will be 6 bits per measure. And then, so this is the number of bits per measure. Okay, and the lower number here will give us an idea of what note is going to be counted as 1 bit. Now, so what note is equal to 1 bit? Okay, of which the answer is, what is the answer? The answer is this now. Okay, now, so in time signature with this, I'm going to show you so that you can compare. And okay, so this, the 8th note, and then the 16th note. Okay, so in the time signature, having 2 as the lower number, and then here comes our new, we have the 3/8, 6/8, 12/8, etc. Okay, so here, this is 4, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1/2, and this is 1/4, and it's been proven why, how come we have that value. And then here we have proven also that this is only 2, this is 1, this is 1/2, this is 1/4, this is 1/8. And do you remember what's the secret? No? The secret in remembering is this. No? We have to remember that all these values will be divided, will be divided into 2 to come up with this. Okay? Ano siya atong shortcut codings. Okay, that's the key. Now, when we are in this time signature, since this is now our 1 count, so there's a big difference again because, whoa, suddenly, from the past, it was just 1/2, and then how come? No? So, diri, idako siya galit. It just, mura siya ni-inflate iyang value, no? Into 1. So, how much did it increase? No? So, it is doubled. It is doubled. So, because it's from 1/2, nahimo siyang 1. So, let us have another code here to remember, no, that the secret is we just turn this value and multiply them by 2. Okay, so that this becomes 8. Yeah, kani becomes 4. This becomes 2. This becomes 1. Yeah, manana siya si 1. And then this becomes 1/2. Okay? This becomes 1. Manana siya. And then, let's try to prove it again. No? Okay. So, nganong na 8 ang imuhang whole note? It is because inside each 8 note, oh no, it's inside each whole note, pila ka buksulod nga ano, di ba kani siya kay naa siya'y okay. Naa siya'y upat ka quarter note, di ba? Inside of it. Nya daw be kay inside each quarter note kay you also have 2 8 notes. Yeah? You also have 2 8 notes. And in this time signature with the lower number nga 8, each 8 note is treated as 1 bit. So therefore, that's how it came up with 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, so how did we come up with these 4 counts of the half note? Yeah? Inside your inside this are two quarter notes, and for each quarter note you have 2 8 notes. No? So, ma-explain ni siya, ma-prove siya sa, it can be proven with factorization. Factor out nimo. So, muna siya, that's how it resulted into 4 bits. So, I guess, gets na ninyo, nanong 2 ni siya. Ha? Nanong 2 ni siya. Sorry. Nganong 2 si quarter note. Very evident na kayo because there are 2 8 notes inside it. Okay? And then, okay, this one is just 1 because it's just alone. And the other one, the 8 note, is 1/2 because inside each 8 note are 2 16th notes. And the 16th note din siya. 2 16th notes, of which kabaluta nga si 8 note kay 1 count. So, kung naa siya duha ka 16th note, 1/2 na lang ang value kada isa nila. Ina na siya. Okay? So, nasabtan ang time signature. No? So, diri lang sa tataman sa 3/8. Okay. Now, so, that's how you are going to think. That's how you are going to count if you will meet these different types of his signature. So, you do not simply rely on the top number, which tells us the total number of bits, but also you need to pay attention to the lower number because they will dictate the fate, no, the future of your piece. So if you will neglect, no, if you neglect looking at it and don't pay attention, you may not achieve the the true melody. You cannot hear the true melody. It will be troublesome to listen to it because it's impossible to come up with the actual tune. If you happen to play a time signature with lower number 2, and then you have a mindset of the values of the time signature having lower number 4.